Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last week we discussed frequency distribution. Today we are going to discuss graphs as part of the descriptive measures. So the graphs to be considered include simple bar charts, pie charts, histogram, and line graph, and we are going to discuss them in order. I will leave the link to the dataset used for this lesson in the video description so that you can download and practice on your own. So let's begin with the bar chart. Bar chart is used for categorical data, and I have already explained what categorical data is. Please, if you have forgotten, make reference to the previous videos. So now, last week, our analysis, we always go to the analyze. Today we'll make use of the graphs. So everything that we'll be doing today is at the graph side. So bar chart is used for categorical data. When we say categorical, whether the data is being grouped, if it is numerical and is put into groups, it becomes categorical. So for example, we are going to use this age. So since the age is being put into 18 to 25, 26 to this, it has now been put into groups, and for that matter, it is categorical. So we start with graph, and then we go to legacy. Then we come to bar. Then we select simple, and then data in chart are, you leave it in the first one, checked, and then we define. So by default, when you come to the bars represent, it will represent by n of cases, which means number of cases. This one means percentage of cases. Then cumulative numbers, cumulative percentage. That's what it means. So either you choose this one. So this can be used, this and that they can be used for categorical. So let's use the first one. So let me so we will deal with this one. So age is categorical, so we put it in categories, category axis, and then we leave it this way. So now what else? There is nothing for us to do. Then we say okay. With the okay, we have our simple bar charts. And you know, whenever you are reporting or you are presenting it academically, you don't have to leave it as count. This count doesn't make sense. So you have to change it, either number of or percentage of. So now let's show. Now we could see that this particular one, those within the age group 18 to 25 fall within 50 and then 100. But what is the actual number, we don't know. So we can make some adjustment to this. You can do it by click on it, and then the whole graph will highlight. It can be highlighted when you see the red arrow pointing to it. That means it's been highlighted. Right click on it, and then down you see edit. Then it will open on a separate window. You can make your necessary editing. The first thing we have to do here is, let's change this thing. It doesn't make sense. So count. When you click on it, click again, it will now start blinking. You see it blinking here. Then you can delete it and then put it the way you want. So number of respondents. Then you say enter, and it is done. So now let's show the values. When you click on it once, everything is highlighted. So you right click on it, down you see show data labels. Click on it. No, you have to get away with this first. Now highlight it again, right click, show data labels. You see the labels have been showed. Maybe you want to make some changes to the color. The colors are the same, you don't like it that way, so you can just come to fill borders. You want to make this one different from that one, different from that one, so click on one. When you click, all has been highlighted. Click again on the one you want to. You see this one not highlighted, it is only this one that is highlighted. Now come and select the color you want for it. When you select, say apply, the border color will not be visible until it is weight. Until its weight is set to a value greater than 0. You say okay, that means you are asking it to set it greater to 0. Greater than 0. So you say okay. Then you select another one. Maybe this is the color you are interested. Then you apply and you come here, you select this color, apply. Now click elsewhere. You will see your chart being changed to the way you want. Now let's move to the bar chart. Go to the graphs. We are now going to deal with the pie chart. So come to graph, legacy dialogues, pie. Then data and charts are, you use the first one, summaries for groups of cases. You define. So by default it will be on number of cases, but you know in pie chart we use the 300. Since it is a circle, we use either the 360 or the percentage. So by the options here we have percentage, so we select the percentage of cases. Now let's consider gender. So this one we put it in define slices by, then you put the variable you want to work with. You have nothing to do here, you have nothing to do here, you have nothing to do there. So what you do is you say okay. Now we have our pie chart, and this one too we can do something about it. The blue here represents males, so we can see the males dominating in the study. But how do we inform people? What percentage? How many people are males? So we can't tell, so unless we make adjustment to this graph. So let's click on it. You see it's being highlighted. Instead of right clicking, you can also double click. It will open on a separate window. So click on it once more. You see the whole of it is being highlighted. When you come to the categories, you see male and female being highlighted by some rectangle. So right click on it. Down you see show data labels, and it is there. So when you are reporting, you can now see that 60% of 60.26% represents the males, and sometimes you want to also make it some style by exploding it. Then you can right click on it. Down here you see explode style, slice. Then it's been separated. If this is the only editing you want to make on it, you click elsewhere. Then it has replaced the one you have worked on already. And that is basically how we go by pie charts. And then let's go back to the data. The next thing for us to work on with is the histogram. We go to graphs. We have our histogram. Where is it? So good. So we want to check the income distribution of respondents. We want to use, since income here is, let me go back to the data, it's numerical, so we use the variable. So when it is, anytime it is numerical, use the variable here. The variable you are going to work with, if it is numerical, use the variable. So we put it here in the form of numbers. So the next thing you will do is display normal curve. So we want to check if income is normally distributed. I will explain that to you. So we have, I think that's all, and then we say okay. Now we have our income. You can see that the income ranges from 0 to 100,000. Yes, so from 0 to 100,000. So now with a lower income, you will see that a lot of people are earning lower income, but as the income keep increasing, then the number of people earning that income are also decreasing. So we match it to, by here you could see that a lot of people, and that is basically our system. And we don't usually like when we get it as frequency. Most supervisors doesn't like that. So let's edit that side only. Double click, we come here, and then number of participants. Then we have it this way. So this one here tells that the normal curve here tells that the data is not normally distributed. If the data is normally distributed, you see the majority of the people fall within this group, but you could see that most of them are here and then others are here. But what it means is that the longer side of it is at the those earning high income. So it has, well, and when this happens, we call it skewness. And this skewness, since it is the longest tail is at the right side, we say it is positively skewed. It's skewed to the right side, and that one is positively skewed. We have negative skewed. That's when the longer side is at the left side. So let's move to our next one. That is our line graph. So the line graph here talks about distribution of something over time. So it talks about, it's just like time series data, time series analysis. So let's check the distribution of income over time, and the time is about years. So with our years, let's go and see our year groups. We have 2010, 2015, 2020, and then 2025. We want to see the mean income over this particular periods. So now this 2010, this is the income 2010. So when we move down, 2015, we move 2020, we move 2025. So let's see how it works. So come to the graphs, and then we have our legacy dialog, you go to line, you select a simple, leave this summaries for groups of cases. So let me reset it. By default, you see n of cases. We don't use that one because we are going to deal with the income, which is numeric. So you use other statistic. Then we want to check the mean income over the period. So mean statistic, example, mean. So you select and then we put it. You can also check median. So if you want it that way, it's like I've been fast here. If you like it that way, change statistic. Then you click here. Whatever you want to do, you can change it here. But it is usually good for us to use mean. So you select the mean and then continue. Then mean over the years. So the year becomes our categories and then we put them into the category axis. We don't have anything to do here again. Then we say okay, and we have our charts, the line graph. So in 2010, this is the mean income. 2015, this is the mean income. 2020, but as I'm just saying, this is the mean income. You can see values. So what do we do about them? We can now go back and then make some editing so that it will show these values. So let's double click, and then we have our line graph being open in a different or in a separate window. So click on that particular line that you are seeing, and then on it, right click. You will see under it, show data labels. Now you have them. So in 2010, you can see the value of the mean income is 13,210. If it is in Ghana cedis, then you add your Ghana cedis. In 2015, the mean income was 23,029.89 Ghana cedis. And then we also have this one, 37,598.87 Ghana cedis. That was in 2020. In 2025, the mean income was 61,180.34 Ghana cedis. So you have it this way. And then what else? Maybe you want to make these ones highlighted. So you can say fill border. Already these particular boxes or rectangles have been highlighted. So we select, maybe you can use this one, then apply. And you see you use the color to highlight them. I think the line, the black is okay, but in case you want to make some changes, you can click on it. You see the line also being highlighted. Maybe you can use, let me say, use red and then apply. But the best is the black. I think the black makes sense. So I will bring this video to an end here, and then our next video I'll get this output in Word and then show you how we report them. Bye.